the question, what is the difference between my experience with all of the priests that I knew that were good priests, and then I kept telling you this priest was different that I met. What is the difference? I'm going to start by telling you a little story, if I may, because it told me a lot. I think I used it in one of my talks, but I don't know if it was one I gave to you, where a mother came and said to me, I don't know how it's possible, but when I'm with this priest, within 10 minutes, I feel like I'm drawn through him to the heart of God. That's what she told me. Actually, that's an answer to your question, and that is that in the nearness of being together with this priest, we experience not only the humanity of this priest, that he, as I said so many times, how much I felt at home with him because he was so natural. He listened. He spoke so simply to me. He understood all the stories I told him with interest and enthusiasm. I felt that I was the only thing present before him when I was with him. I was so important to him when I was with him. That's how I felt. However, at the same time, he was the same person who answered the list on my questions before I ever expressed them, because he drew me into another way of thinking, of living. And that was to be drawn with him into that world which was second nature to him, as I said yesterday. And that's why he was different. I felt that he not only was such a warm human being, but he also had a way of showing me through his person that I am a child of God, and that it is this Heavenly Father who is really the main source of my life. I like that example of a woman who said in 10 minutes she felt like she was drawn into the heart of God by being with him. After my studies, I was not supposed to go to a church school or a Catholic school where there would still be a lot of Christianity, but rather I was sent to work in a public school with 2,000 teenagers. At that time, I was unexperienced in everything. That was really a venture of our Father. Later, I came into school administration, and that too was a new challenge for me. But our Father was convinced the church must go new ways to reach people today. And let me repeat once again the words that he said back in 1961. Today the church must go out into the world, and there we are to be the arm of the church to fulfill her mission today. This is a whole new way of thinking because everything is changing so quickly. Everything has become so different. 1961. I don't know if you can appreciate what this meant for me as a young woman of 21 years of age. This was a different way compared to the monastic ways of living. I couldn't read about it anywhere. I couldn't study Schoenstatt. We had no books at that time. I didn't belong to any group. There were no Schoenstatt groups. And nevertheless, this new way was so natural for me because I experienced it in the person of our Father. I learned more and more this new way of being a Christian from him and from his person, from the way he guided me. His values became more and more my own values. And why? Because he was so credible for me. I could believe him. He always emphasized that we have a mission for the church, and it must not lose modern man That's about the future of the church. This was not a phrase with him, mere words, but he felt he was ready to give everything of himself for this, and for this he took upon himself his exile.